Good morning, good morning. Welcome to the Breakfast Show. This is your host, Martin Wong, and with you, another VSA 360 to sort of fill up where we are the missing gap. Now, last night we had the release of the CPI figures inflation, which we were talking about from this Wednesday, and the figure did edge higher. We were expecting a lower number, as a matter of fact, to actually maybe down below the 3%, but it is 3.2%. Now remember, for the month of June was 3%, and for the month of July, the CPI figures is 3.2, and this is what we are referring to the US market. The market did started off quite well, but ended up a bit on the low side. That always a foretelling sign that is what we will be expecting in this market, and that's why you see this morning our KLSE market could not move because there wasn't a rally that we were expecting it. And of course, those of you who have been following me a fair bit, I've been talking about the correction month for the month of July and August, going all the way to September, as this is as dictated by the VSA 360 monthly seasonal in here. If you have not got hold of the VSA 360, catch it in here for a very good package and become a premium membership in here. So let's look at what we have for you this morning in our breakfast show. And of course, all this is powered by our VSA 360 and Pentagon Guider. So this morning we'll be talking about the KLCI is in the stage 3 distribution mode. Okay, stage 3 distribution mode meaning what's after stage 3? Then we're going to get stage 4, usually a markdown, right? But if it can break higher, and hopefully it can, which is the, we will look at the schematic chart of it, then we are looking at the higher. But right now, whatever the fact is, the earnings result that is coming out from the both on the US side and the Malaysia has been a bit tepid on the low side. So I don't think the double top that we'll be looking at for the KLCI is likely to breaking. So can we still trade this? The answer is definitely yes. Through our extensive back testing that we said before, together with insider buying and selling, the Pentagon Guider can give you a very good overwhelming success in here. Don't hope for the 90% kind of win rate. We don't have that, but we are slightly better, than the 50% and above. But if you were to have a plan and a trade and not succumb to your own emotion, right, and having a trading plan, knowing what to do, I'm sure you can do pretty well even if the market is moving sideways, especially if you're an experienced VSA 360 will do the hard work for you. Join our program and become a premium VSA 360 members and learn more. Now, of course, our 360 in here, some of the features we usually highlight here. They are definitely more than that, both targeting the FA person, if you are an FA investor, and also those intraday is also in here. And of course, this year we powered by our insider buying and selling, giving it a more visually view into what's happening in the business owner and why they buy them. And of course, I'll be showing you some of the trades from last week and the trade that we're talking about here. So let's take a look at the VSA 360 this morning and where we are for the 5 things we need to know. Now take note, like it or not, the VSA 360 is, let me just get out from here, go back. I was looking at this chart here, and here we are this morning. Everything is red except for KLCI. You can see that, right? So I do think eventually our KLCI will turn red, right? So this is the first thing you want to go in when you look at the regional market. On top of you in here, you have Dow Jones red, Hang Seng red, Singapore red, Malaysia akan datang soon lah. So no surprises. Just let me forewarn you first for that one. And if you look from here, why am I saying that? Later I'm going to go to the schematic. But foreign funds still coming in strongly. I think why? Maybe next week lah. Next week the market will come down because we have the state election. That's right. On Wednesday night, we talk about the state election, the impact to this market, and we are expecting this correction to come in. State election will be on tomorrow. So myself and some of you who are going back to your hometown to vote, especially in Penang, Kedah, Seremban, Selangor. Okay, so drive carefully, and if you are leaving this evening, do drive carefully and be safe, and go out and vote. Like me, to become a good citizen, and whichever party that you vote, we hope that the country will prosper, and maybe next week we'll see a bit higher. But judging from the things that we've seen and also the foreign funds, which I will take a look at it, things are looking more on the correction side. So the KLCI is still holding up, and partly because of the foreign fund being coming in since the 7th of July 12, which also correspond on the CPI figures. Remember the live FB which I talked about on the release of it, that the likelihood of US not likely to raise interest rate after the last one that we've seen in July. The next one will be September. So that is profoundly giving the ringgit to recover, and because of the ringgit recovering in the fall future, many funds foreign want to come in and buy the stocks, and if the ringgit were to appreciate in the coming months or weeks, then they would sell it off. And remember, foreign funds tend to stay very, very short term, and then the market will go higher. So that's how you were looking at it. It does correspond, and the 3 bar that is down here, you can see the market go down, and one day when it picks back down, it will see, right? We'll see. So tonight of this evening, if the market were to sell off, you all know lah, foreign funds is going off. That's how the market has been dictated by this. What we've seen. So let's look at the screener sector in here, and again we have let's see where they are. We got almost 60%, 70% green Pentagon. Property and construction had a very good run, and right now this is very classical. We can see stage 1, stage 2 uptrust, stage 3, and that's what we talk about, the stage 3 distribution. And usually what happened after stage 3 will be stage 4, but I do think the correction will be coming in Malaysia. We will look at the regional market, the seasonal market, to see the kind of month that will be correcting in here. KLCI has been positive for 30 days already. You can see here has been up for 30 days, so it's about time we have double top in here. Anticipated, so here first time in the KLCI. So what is still positive? The utilities. 41 days, and it's been straight up. This is a very strong, utilities going up in here. So check out the utilities if you happen to have that. And we have also industrial products turning green Pentagon here. And then we have the technology, just 8 days only lah. 8 days red Pentagon. Who knows? You might just break it up in here. And what are the just turned green Pentagon is actually consumer. So those are the other one that you want to take a look at it. If it does break above here, the double top, that's a lot of freedom. Now remember, like it or not, the KLCI is undergoing the second half of this year. I do think that the market is likely to recover more than anything else. And how do we know that? Let's take a look at the seasonal monthly return. And this is something that you all must have, is the VSA 360 in here. You can see for the month of July has been the great big so-called pullback or comeback. Comeback. We have 6% of that's on 2020 and 2021. So you can see 2020 month of August. We'll see depending next week, but it may point to a down market right now, judging what we see. But then we have the month of October, November will be the good month too. So keep looking at into the month of September. Right, so I'm giving you a foresight going forward to see where the market is. And of course, for our members and also for the public, you have any stocks that you want me to look at, judging from using the smart Robie in here, as well as the market, do let us know. I'm happy to look into the events. And last week we have the talk here. This need to be updated basically based on the cage, right? Then we have, of course, the alert. I haven't said much of the alert here, but let's look at the alert center. We have Dufu, Pi, Ta'an, and GSS system, IBM, VStack, Destiny, KL has turned. That's why remember the consumer just now, right? We checked the consumer sector in here. So those of you who are the longer term, QL may be one of the stocks that you want to look at. It does pay a small percentage dividend in here, but we have a call to buy by Public Bank, and that's another one, Hong Leong, Chia Sun Kai. I think that could be the owner, I believe. He bought 33K. That's a fair bit of money, right? So let's see. I think that this is a good stocks for those of you who is looking into it, and that's how we're able to pick those stocks. Mr. DIY also turned green Pentagon. I think this is also good. One of the good results came up. Unisam just turned green Pentagon, right? And it's probably be coming on a low base. That's right. Yeah, coming from a low base. This is very classical. We have the spring, take out the uptrust, and we also have foreign fund buying. All right, foreign fund, John Chia. John Chia, we can click on this one and see who he is. He's a chairman. Okay, when chairman buys, maybe we know something what's happening there. So this is something that you must have in your arsenal. Those of you who are trading the VSA 360 definitely give you an edge. This is why we highly recommend to our members to trade with that. right? Then you have this visibility into the market in here, small price to pay. And there are many other stocks, so this is one way you can go in and just sort of play around, see what fits you well for that one in here. And of course, in a line with the general election, we also look at the UMNO counter or GLC counter has been fairly muted. You can see Excel Force, most of them not really moving much anyway. Destiny has turned, but Destiny is a very penny share below 10 cents, so I wouldn't advise to even look at it yet, right? Most of those are already gone. Maybe D-Sonic, you can double click on here and it will take you D-Sonic. Looking at from it, you don't have a good reward to risk. You can see that's where we have the visual trading plan that tells you whether it's worthwhile or not when looking at the risks and rewards in here. But right now you have the uptrust. Thank you for your support, everybody. And the market pullback in here, still moving sideways, but there is a call to buy by RHB with a target price of 57 cents in here, which has an upside of 23, but it is rated 5 out of 8 with an ROE of 20 times. So longer term, it is a long-term stock. FADO pay 4% dividend, Data Sonic, number 15 of technology, main board, and the market cap is pretty good, 1.4 billion. So this is how you want to use VSA 360 and those stocks here, and to find out whether this is worthwhile to hold or not. Of course, on top of that, we have also our knowledge center. This is where we archive a lot of our training. Then you can see here the video weekly training that will keep you, those of you who is looking to strengthen your knowledge. I think the most important is strengthen your knowledge, which I don't see a lot of the youth today. They all want fast, everything fast, so very hard for them to make money, especially this market requires a lot of patience and in here. So all right, now that we've done that, let's move on to the alert center. We've done that one already, and of course let's look at the schematic. What we see right now, very important, watch out for stage 4. We have the resistance right now here. The markets move up, you can see stage 1, stage 2, stage 3, and played out very nicely, very easy for you to able to follow, right? So what to expect after stage 3? Stage 4 lah, all right, stage 4. So you can see from here, watch out for the stage 4. If it's not the stage 3 here, it'll pop back up. That'll be nice one. That is likely to have if we have a surprise lah, surprise, which means the Pakatan Harapan, make it more than 3 states, or we have a breakdown if the losses Harapan is facing will be even more. So that's to be seen on Saturday. Definitely a watcher. I'll be staying late on the night to see how the state election will pan out. But it is also a so-called a test of the mandate on the 10th Prime Minister, Datuk Sri Anwar Ibrahim, whether he has done his work for the last 9 months, I believe, from November until now, and to see whether this market's going to have a stage 4 sell off, or maybe it's just a sideway and pops its head up, and then coming to the September. But definitely the market's not going to rifle for the month of August. It may move sideways. We don't see sell off in here. So for those of you who are trading a right strategy, whether it's intraday using the smart Robie, this is one way to go around it here. Okay. So looking at the KLCL right now, as I said before, the market was moving up until just 1460. We have a double top. We got to watch out for the stage 4, and but the support is still at the 14450, right? So it may hop. If it does break through the spring there, that's it lah. So on the FKLI side, which is the VSA market stages indicator in here, you could see very similar. It just turned green pentagon, all right, more sensitive over this side in here, and you could see in this shaded yellow on the KLCI was still green pentagon, but it turned red pentagon. That's why I said the FKLI, it's more sensitive. Foreign funds is still flowing in, and that's why I do think this is how it is supported above the 200-day moving average. Watch out for the sell-off bar. If it does come, will be on Monday lah. If it does good, you'll see it'll get back down. But I do think that market will likely to get back to the 1440, right? 1440 gap down to here, and then if we gap down that strength, then maybe it pops up. But if we gap down and then start to sell back off, like what we saw last year, right? I think many of you seen last year. Let's go back to the FKLI here, and November, remember November, right? This was where the election came, and the result was here, right? Result was on Monday. You can see, right? Nobody know what's going on. And then only on Thursday, he got appointed as the Prime Minister. You can see this 68.4.7. And that are the kind of either wash or distribution. So either we see on the downside, sell off, and then it's going to pop back up. So if it's going to go up, it's going to come back down. All right, keep that in mind. Members and the public, this is the scenario that I'm planning on likelihood on Monday. If it goes up, it will distribute. If it goes down, it's going to go back up again. So we are going to go push back all to here. This is where the market could gap down, sell all the way down, right? I really don't know. So it's all going to, it depends what's going to be happening here. It could be a muted. It could be, you know, status quo. Pretty much, you know, Kedah retain its state, and also Kelantan and Kedah, and with majority more place. That means the current Pakatan Harapan are facing a lot more challenges going ahead. What do you think? Let me know. Who is likely to, you know, follow up the local state election? Give me your comment over there. It's been very quiet, the comment. If not, give me a thumbs up. At least I know that you guys are listening and using this information, education information, of course, to your benefit. Let me know, all right, in here. It's always good to talk to some members of the public that is responding well for here. Okay. Now, next we're going to go on to the screener, which I've talked about how to pick those stocks that we talk about. I have something for you also this morning. We're looking back onto the Pentagon Guider on the 8th of August. Okay, the 8th of August would be a great one here. You can see why I do that. I'm going to show you how I pick that. That's why I recommend you to use the Pentagon Guider with all our very informative column and color cell. Always pick green, 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 purple. All right, avoid the red. You will likely to be beneficial from here. And then from then onwards, if you want to go to discretion trading, you can go to the visual trading plan. So this is how we do it. Let's read this of 8th of August. I'll do a demo for you here. But a little bit of those of you is to watch out for the ST and LT. Right, as I said before, you want to have those stocks very favorable above the support. If you have a resistance like what we see in the KLSE, everything will come down lah. So what we want to have is the LT and the ST both on the green side, means it's above the support in here, and looking at the ST minus 5%, greater than 5%, and the LT greater than minus 0.5% here. Right. So this is, then you want to look at the percentage, which means till date. What is the current gain from the Pentagon Guider signal? So we're going to be looking on the 8th, is it on the 8th? Yes, and 8th, which is I think Tuesday or Monday until now. How much have we gained? If not, it's going to be moving up. All right. So let's do the demo here. Okay. So make sure you get hold of the Pentagon Guider, right? And Pentagon Guider, once you have it here, I think I have it here somewhere. Okay, let me just close this again, close this. This is Magni Tag. Okay, I'm going to go to the Pentagon Guider screener here, and I'm going to go back to the 8th. All right, and of course, if you go at the 8th, you hit submit, and you click on this, some of this. Yep, you see NASCOM is up %, but many of them, you know, like all this 11 cents. And when the volume is very small, you have to be very careful with these kind of stocks. So first thing you do, we put in the minus 0.5. Okay, those are members, please follow me too. Minus 5, and then you have 7 out of 10, and the win rate is 33%, which means you're already winning 33%. So SEMA we don't like, and then this thing we sort out by turnover. Right, we got Airport Berhad, 6 ringgit. Who's going to trade 6 ringgit? Okay, 5 ringgit. If you're fundamental, that's not too bad. Actually, the chart is pretty nice. This one here, right, sits on above the 20 and 40. You can see also the railway track moving sideways. I think Press Metal has a good say. Alliance Bank too, right, 7,008. What caught my eye is Muhiba. All right, you can see Muhiba, nice right breakout in here. So that's the one that we wanted to do for Muhiba. Muhiba this morning is up 3.7%, right? So it's no secret how we know of this. And again, we all know Muhiba buat apa ni? Muhiba buat construction kan? We already know sector just now, right? The sector, what sector is strong? Construction, property, right? So we are in for the right one. Boom, the bugger run. So no surprises why we are able to pick this kind of stocks in here. And we want to pick the stock's already green pentagon, but belum jalan lagi lah. Give us a bit of time. So Muhiba is the stock. And if you look back, we can go over to our virtual trade here. All right, virtual trade, and we will log in and we can play. These are some of the trade early on I have, all making money lah. Not ready run yet. V Solar, SEMG, Avancon, same method. Those are from previous stock pick in here. So we will put in, because I already have 50,000 here. So when you join us for our premium membership, this is where we will share with you the process of how to manage your portfolio. But for these purposes, we're going to go to our competition and we will go to the trading practice and we will get Muhiba. So next week we'll come back and look into it. So here you can see some of them I did not cut loss. You can see, right? This is why I make all these losses. So some stocks, when you buy penny stocks, you cannot just sort of, keep that and hope for the best. Right. But as I said before, this is a good lesson to learn. So in this case, we want to showcase to you Muhiba. Okay. And we'll buy 10,000 shares. Right. So 10,000 shares, I will bring up my calculator. You can follow me together and do a paper simulation for these purposes. All right, so we got 10,000 ringgit and divided by Muhiba is 71 cents. Again, this is a game lah. Of course, it's good. We want all our members and the public to home into your skill before you put real money. Okay, so we put 14,100. Yep, just nice. And we buy. Okay, so we buy it in here. So next week we'll come back and take a look at it on Muhiba, and take note that the date we have here, right, which is the 11th. So then we all will remember too. So this one you can see bought on the April. This one bought on March. Show mati kerasan. So when you buy this kind of penny stocks below 1 ringgit, not all stocks going to go up unless the ratings and the fundamental is good. That's why you need the VSA 360 to check it out on here. So we done one stocks in here. Right, and of course we can also do another thing, right? We can also set the alert on our VSA 360, and if we hit the upper side, okay, so what we do is that since this one is flying off, so we'll go to Muhiba, click here, okay, we'll set the alert for that. So when we get the alert, or you can set it up on the smart Robie, but in this case we set it up here, and 10% is 78 lower bound, so maybe I'll just put 75 cents. Okay, at least I know 75 cents. Now 71, 75 cents is not bad. So I create, so I just take all this off. This is the so-called Pentagon Guider. Okay, stock idea. Okay, and we said entry. Okay, 0.71. Okay, of course it's better when you enter in the morning lah. The recommendation, if you follow my everyday live Wednesday talk, is always on opening of the market open or the next day. All right, but those of you who are more advanced like to play a bit. As a matter of fact, I got one user text me and he waited too long lah. He's like waited after the stock gone up almost 5-6%, then waiting for a pullback, then only masuk. But what happened was red pentagon, unfortunately. Sometimes, so we don't want to be too far not after you run like more than 20 days or whatever the case is. We want to just like now so this is a good example in here sharing with you. So we created that. So this is how you can do that, and Muhiba definitely, having said that, is move up very nicely. This morning is 71 cents in here. I think one of the members who was watching on Wednesday also went in, and then she shared with me, hey Martin, I took your so-called pick in here, not pick like stock trade idea stock trade idea, and she got in about 69 cents, could try to get in 68.5 cents. So 71 divided by 69, and you have 2.8%, right? If you can get in 68.5 will be great, right? So that's how you want to go in here. Oh yeah, last week we have CCK, and so let me just this week, so we will change. This is last week CCK. So let's take a look at some of the stocks. I remember I wrote it down somewhere. Okay, let's see where CCK is. Okay, CCK last week was last week 4th, right? Yeah, it's move up high already lah. Okay, what's the other one? MN Holding, right? Okay. This one did not. This one broke down in here. 7 breakdown. Red Pentagon must cabut already. Remember, Red Pentagon you must cabut. So for this week, I will write them out here. Let me just bring it up again. So this week we have only Muhiba. Okay. So next week we will come back and look at the stocks. Okay. I think that will be fair. Then at least you all will see how, again, what we've been doing here are purely education to share with you how you can pick those stocks in favorable. Not all stocks will work, definitely for sure. And then you're able to move on in your daily so-called trade idea to pick things up nicely in here. Okay, Muiba. And of course, with the VSA 360 package, you also get this interactive intraday of our trading view in here. If not, you can also use our VSA 360, which is providing the same information in here. What you see here, you can go over to our stocks, Muhiba, then you can see this is the same stocks that is saying just slightly delay, right? 15 minutes in here, but this is what we talked about yesterday. Broke through this old high, and of course, let's not hope it turned to an upthrust because still early 10:40. You never know, it can turn upthrust, but we do know what's supporting us. Will you see any insider buying? No, there's only one buy call by CGS at 89. Or 89 banyak, very high, like 89 cent. Okay, 89 cent for that purpose. So that's we covered that one. All right, so let's look at insider buying some more in here. And remember last week we have Banwest, a lot of buying by Banwest. So let's check out Banwest. Okay, let's make this a bit smaller so you can see here Banwest, Borneo West, whether this stocks has gone higher. Last week 30 cent. Oh yeah, gone up to 36 cents. See? If you have followed Borneo West last week to this week, this is what, 4th of August, right? Yeah, last week to this week. This week is gone up by berapa ni? It's 35 cents. I think that one it went down to 30 cents. Then we do our mathematics. Where's my mathematics? Okay. So mathematics, let's say 35 cents. 35 divided by 30 cents. Already 16%, right? Just following smart money only. No need to think so much. Follow smart money, but of course have a defensive plan also. You can see the visual trading plan, reward to risk not good. So you are trading purely on the Banwest inside here. So if you have this insight, you can move on and see the fellow still buying, man. Chong Mi Fa, Frederick Chong, Ino Saba buying a lot. Right, so you can check out, click on them, find out who they are. You can do your own investigation, but at least VSA 360 puts you in the right spot to track those information that you have. All right, nothing. It's good to have that one in here. All right, so next one we have going forward is MJ Perak. Okay, MJ Perak. So let's see MJ Perak. And of course, don't worry, we also look at two choices. So 29 cents, this one breakdown. You see, this one breakdown, you can see even if you have, right, that's why it's defensive. Finally, we have red pentagon, the further come back down. Not all trades will work. Okay, so sometimes you get a bit of profit, you want to take off, also no problem. Because this one, why is because it's still moving up in the uptrend, but then the volume just drops off in here. Right, but also remember, Banwest, we still see continuous of buying on the left hand side, right side. So you can only do it with our TradeVSA insider buying and selling in here. One of the great features we released, and definitely like what Cool, which is our member, saying that thumbs up. All right, if you like what you're seeing, give me a thumbs up in here. Now let's take a look at next week. Some of the stocks this week. Okay, we have CGB. Okay, CGB, lots of buying in here, and again it's moving up in a very nice chart. Of course, next week let's see where it is. You have a nice spring here, and if it does take up, then it'll be great. Okay, check out the chart. Next one we have is also Magnitech. Lots of buying here. Finally turned green pentagon. These are all very slow stocks, but let's see next week whether you'll sell off or sell down. At least it's good for discussion, at least for educational material too. All right, and all this is available for those of you who are interested to take it to the next level, next stage. We have a very good combo plan in here. Check it out in here, and as low as 2 ringgit per day, and many of our people rating it very, very well. Thank you for your support, and if you have any other comments, use the love to hear feedback. And we'll come to the point, or we'll look at some of the stocks, or you want me to check out the insider and buying, just let me know. Pencil those in there. I'm happy to look at them right now for you. So you have any stocks to let me know? Okay, any stocks you want me to look at? All right, if there's no stocks, thank you again. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube and hit that subscribe button in here. Oh yes, we have Lemoy wanted me to look at it, and yes, we're going to be looking at. And don't forget to go over to our Telegram chat room, and we wouldn't be here if not for your support and your patronage and being a supporter of our VSA 360 in here. Thank you so much. All right, we have Pua looking at insider buying. Something they don't jalan. All right, let's take a look at Tafit first. Yes. Tafit. Let's look at it. Yes, Tafit. Oh, but remember Tafit bought a lot on the high side. Now come down, they will have to buy it again. All right, you see when you buy high side, we expect it to break out. But Tafit is consumer. Okay, now remember, because it's consumer and it didn't follow the overall, but we know just now, remember the sector analysis, we are seeing consumer coming back. So once consumer come back, this one will come back. But what do? We mouse over, this one is the investment holding. Property, furniture, banyak barang also have. Right. Okay, the other one just now, P-Trans. This one is Dato Eddie Chong one, I think. Right, and let's take a look at it. Okay. Oh, okay. I have, yes, coming back here. And if you have any other stocks, feel okay. We got sure. Okay. There was some transfer here, right? Para transfer has a big move here, but still no green pentagon because of the uptrust. We have to be careful, right? Pull back, but hold up. Now slow in here, but I think it's quite safe. It's the base building, this kind of stocks. Okay, and you have a reward to risk, but have to still wait for the green pentagon if you're following the rule. All right, we have a WCT for Andy. Okay, so WCT green pentagon, yep, it's going up. There's no any foreign buying or not, but there's definitely a call to buy at 60 cents in here. It still looks good. Okay, we are Hapsing. Okay, Hapsing, it's a rated 6 out of 8. This one make ping pong biscuit one, right? Yeah, ping pong biscuit, still remember. Green pentagon this morning in here. Pops up his head up in here again. Consumer, you can see why I say consumer just now is because of the sector. So that's why it's important we tell all our members and the public, check out the sector first. The only way is VSA 360 sector analysis that will put you in the right spot. So that's all we have for this morning here. Thank you. Have a good weekend. Go out and vote. For those of you going back to your hometown in your state, do drive carefully in here. And I will be back on Monday for another release or whatever is going to be happening on the Saturday night. You and me will be watching this with lots of tension right in here and see how well doing. So thank you again. Thank you for coming. Thank you for your support. Thank you for your patronage. And I wish you the best for the remaining of the day. Have a good weekend.